Chapter 9, The Day That Changed Everything. Bruh, I have no clue how the whole English Defense League EDL thing is going to play out. Will it blow up? Stay the same? Or just slowly die like a bunch of other movements that couldn't keep their act together? Maybe the far-right weirdos will ruin it? Or maybe MI5's playing undercover ops, making sure it crumbles from the inside. You don't think that could happen? You think that's some Hollywood conspiracy-type beat? Don't be dense. What I can tell you is how it all started. And spoiler alert, the EDL wouldn't even be a thing if it weren't for Bedfordshire Police. Take a bow, lads. Y'all really popped off, maybe even did the country a favor, even though you were trying to shut us down. So, if you're wondering why there were all those protests, marches, and straight-up chaos across the country, look no further than our very own cops and the woke fools running our towns. It all went down when Luton was hosting a homecoming parade for the 2nd Battalion of the Royal Anglian Regiment, fresh back from Afghanistan. And somehow, the police and city officials turned what should have been a wholesome, patriotic moment into absolute madness. The chaos begins. Look, it's easy to point fingers at Saiful Islam and his radical crew. They were out there yelling, spitting, and going full unhinged mode at our soldiers. But let's be real. The cops and politicians let it happen. Honestly, they probably low-key encouraged it. It didn't have to be this way. When the people of Luton decided to show love for our troops, the police could have just let us be. But nah, they said, let's make this a disaster instead. So me and Kev, he's basically fam, rolled up that morning, just trying to scope things out. The streets were packed. People were hyped to welcome the soldiers back. But then we noticed a group of 30 women in burqas rolling in, and Kev was like, yo, why are there so many cops here? Next thing we know, the police are literally escorting Saiful and his boys right into prime heckling position. They walked them through the town hall and set them up so they had the best view to throw insults at the soldiers. Imagine rolling out the red carpet for hate speech. The signs? Wild. Stuff like Butchers of Basra and Anglian soldiers go to hell. And the police? They just stood there, backs turned to the radicals, basically protecting them. Meanwhile, an 80-year-old war vet starts calling them out. And what do the cops do? Body him to the ground. I wish I was joking. At that point, Luton was fuming. More and more people started showing up, builders, fresh off work, Lowe's randoms, just to see what the hell was going on. It was pure shouting match energy. One of the funniest moments? Some lad went into Marks & Spencer, raided the bacon aisle, and started chucking packs down at Saiful's crew. Crowd went wild. From protest to riot, cops started arresting our guys, but 2 months later, when we planned our own protest, they arrested Kev on some BS charge just to mess with us. Then, just to balance things, they picked up 5 of Saiful's people too, but those guys just got a slap on the wrist. The police chief came out saying he was disappointed that a small group of people caused a disturbance. Bro, did you not see the signs? You really thought no one was going to get mad when our soldiers were getting called baby killers and butchers? Luton already had a wild reputation. Al-Muhajirun was from here. Anjem Choudary built his career here, and one of the 7-7 bombers literally prepped in our town. Even the White Widow, that female terrorist everyone's been hunting for, has links to Luton. So yeah, tensions were high. The birth of the UPL, United People of Luton. So after the homecoming disaster, we decided to organize a march to show love for the troops. Super chill, right? Nah, the police went full dystopian mode. I started dropping off flyers at pubs, but some places were scared to take them. At one bar, some dude started ranting about racist propaganda, and I was like, bro, open your eyes. 2 of the lads handing these out are black. We planned to peacefully march to the war memorial, have a minute of silence, and clap for our troops. That was literally it. But the cops, they blocked us, treated us like criminals, and kettled us in a square for 3 hours. People legit had to piss in the street because the police refused to let them leave. Could you imagine if they did that to a Muslim protest? Nope. Wouldn't happen. We finally got out, and the next protest? The police came for us harder, banning people from the entire town center 24/7 for 3 months. For what? Holding a British flag and supporting soldiers? The riot that wasn't ours. Then, one day, I get a call. Kev got arrested for swearing at the radicals. Seriously. Cops sat on that charge for months just to mess with him. I was laughing at how dumb it was. Then my uncle calls me saying, "Oi, something's kicking off in town." I drive down and check the Muslim lot. Thinking we were about to march, started an actual riot. Pavements ripped up, cops getting attacked, total war zone vibes. Look it up, it was worse than any EDL protest ever. But did the media care? Nope. Silence from here on out. At that point, it was clear. The council, police, and media were all working together to shut people like me up. Didn't matter if we were peaceful, didn't matter if we weren't racist. They didn't want us speaking at all. And that's when we realized we're not stopping. From that moment on, my life changed forever. I knew there was no going back. TLDR for Gen Z, Luton throws a homecoming for soldiers. Radicals show up and insult them. Cops literally help them do it. Locals get pissed. Cops arrest the locals, not the radicals. We try to do a peaceful protest. Cops go full authoritarian mode. Media ignores the real violence when radicals start riots. We form the EDL. And that, my friends, is how one wild summer in 2009 changed everything.